Well, boys, guess what? Hey, we're coming into Tueplo.
What?
Coming into Tueplo. So should we go to the hardware store first, the birthplace?
No, we should go get something to eat.
In other words, you hungry.
I am hungry.
You have been complaining the entire way.
And that's why I've been hungry ever since we left.
Maybe we should get something to eat.
I tell you, if you want to, go through a drive-in, and there's one up here.
Is that Johnny's Drive-In?
Johnny's
That place
Drive-In.
you talk about all the
Yeah,
time.
Johnny's Drive-In. I was in there years ago, and there's a booth there that Elvis actually sat in. He and his cousin Billy Smith. You can see Billy sitting across from him in the same booth at Johnny's Drive-In. Now, this was in the 50s, but
Why
actually...
don't you pull in so Jim can get something to eat, then we'll talk about
Wait
it.
a minute,
Okay.
Jim, get something. Are you not hungry?
I know, I'll get something too.
Okay.
I want a burger.
We can get us a burger and feel the ambiance sitting right there where Elvis sat.
Painting America, we're painting America in every city, every town. When they call, that's where we're bound. All across the USA, we're on the road, coming your way. We're painting America.
Such an exciting trip to get to
You missed
Tueplo.
it. You missed it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Big dummy.
Hey, welcome to Johnny's. Just take a seat wherever you like.
All righty.
Hey, wow.
It's okay.
It's been good enough for me.
Oh,
Good enough for me.
wow, what a historical little place.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
Hey, what can I get y'all to drink?
I want coffee.
Coffee?
Yep.
Give me a coffee.
2 coffees? Right.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. And are y'all ready to order? I can go ahead and grab your order right here.
I'm just going to
Yes.
have coffee, though.
Alright, just coffee?
I'm just having coffee.
No, you're gonna get a cheeseburger.
I don't want a cheeseburger.
They are pretty great.
If I want a cheeseburger, I want a
You
cheeseburger.
got to have a
cheeseburgers.
Johnny's
I think I'm
cheeseburger.
getting a cheeseburger.
Alright.
You
With
know
fries.
what I want on that?
Mustard pickle onion?
No, ask him.
Everything.
No,
Everything?
That's good.
You
Alright.
got jalapenos back there?
No.
I don't think so.
No jalapeno.
Alright.
That's
I'll be
it.
right out.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hey, what a neat thing to be here. And I'll tell you why, because this reminds me of where my mother used to work in Portland, where I'm from. He wasn't around back in those days, but I got to tell you, Jim, my mother was working in a place just like this when the King is gone hit. So it's so appropriate for me sitting here in a booth where Elvis sat exactly because that first record, The King is Gone. I walked in to this restaurant and Mother was mopping the floor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
There you go. And there's your Pepsi.
She was mopping the floor, and because of Elvis Presley, I said, Mother, take your apron off. You don't have to work anymore. And she goes, Son, can't you see I'm working? And this truck driver sitting at the counter said, Georgia May, don't you know what's going on with that boy? And she goes, no, what? And I said, Mother, come out to the car. And that record about Elvis exploded in Nashville, and she never worked again. Hey, check this out.
Yeah, buddy.
Look who we got here. We got Don.
Hey,
Don,
y'all?
and I understand you're the owner.
I am.
Don, good to see you, sir.
See you, sir.
This is my friend Jim.
Looking waitresses to take the order, and then you come out with the food.
Well, that's the way we do that. That's the best way to do it here.
Okay.
Hey, Don, sit down with us a minute.
Okay. Yay.
Hey, tell us a little about the history. We've been talking a little about it. Johnny's Drive-In.
Well, Johnny's Drive-In was opened October the 17th, 1945, by Mr. John and Miss Margaret Chisholm.
Wow.
They operated it till first part of 1977. My family bought it in 77,
Okay.
and we've been here the rest of the time.
So Vernon, Gladys, and Elvis used to come in here in the 40s before they went to Memphis.
Now, to my knowledge, I don't know, because I wasn't here. I only got here in 1970, but stories that I've heard, so I'm only repeating stories.
Well, I'm sure they did because Elvis, he lived right across the street.
Right across
So
the street
I'm sure they
right,
came in here
right.
like everybody else did
Right.
back in those days.
Oh.
So it's really cool to be in here. I'm the biggest Elvis nut on the planet,
Right.
or should I say fan.
Yeah.
So I know everything about Elvis. I know everybody that hung around him.
Right.
And
Good.
fortunately, I have got to work with Scotty Moore, DJ Fontana, the Jordanaires. That's the first thing I wanted, Don, on
Yeah.
my record. And by the way, I'm a 3-term combat veteran of the Vietnam War, and you were there the same time I was.
I was there the same
so
time.
thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I'm Army. I'm Army. We don't
I'm
hold that
Navy.
against- Yeah, we ain't gonna hold that against you.
That's all right.
Well, we're just tickled to that. We're excited to have y'all in Tueplo, and more excited to have y'all come out Johnny's.
Well, thank you.
We're just, you've just been a down-home feller that I really enjoyed talking to.
Well, thank you,
And
sir. And
everybody that I've
I'll
met.
get you that painting I did of my friend Dolly Parton.
So you're gonna give Dottie my message, right?
You've seen her so many times. The least she could do is come and see you one
time, right?
I feel great. Thank
Feel
y'all
better?
for my burger.
Will you stop
Fine.
complaining now?
I will. I'll zip it.
Thank you.
But that's pretty cool being in a place that Elvis ate in.
Hey,
It's just like being there.
would be even
Man.
cooler is going to the place that Elvis was born. You got to turn,
Okay.
go to his birthplace.
I see the sign.
I want to go.
You think a guy like Elvis would be born in something fantastic? This is a small little house.
Is this the original location?
This is the original location where it was at. Can you imagine? $179. And Vernon paid to build this, and he couldn't afford it, and he lost it. But this is where Elvis was born. Look here. Who do we have here?
Hey, Miss Nina.
Nina. Sweet as apple cider.
Welcome to Elvis's birthplace,
Hey,
y'all.
Howdy, Miss
hey,
Nina.
good to be
to
back
be
here,
here.
Good to
Nina.
see you.
This is not my first time here, though.
No, I
came
know
in-
it's not.
Yeah, and I remember you. Wow, and you haven't changed a bit.
No, I just got older. But talking about Elvis, this is where he was born, right here. And they couldn't keep the house. But they couldn't keep the house because Vernon was kind of on the lazy side and he didn't like to farm. And when he got paid in the fall of 1938, he had a good bit of money in his hand.
Oh.
And he didn't want to farm anymore. So he told Mr. Bean he wasn't going to farm in the spring.
Oh, wow.
But he didn't anticipate that he wasn't going to be able to find a job doing anything else because Vernon didn't know anything but farming and building.
Wow.
And so he couldn't find a job and he ended up not being able to pay for the house and the man took the house back.
So how long did he live in the house?
He lived in it 4 years.
4 years.
Elvis lived in it 3 years.
3 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
But then Vernon also forged a check
I heard
and
that.
went to jail.
Went to prison for
We'll
2
tell you
years
about
at
that,
Parchman Prison.
At
What?
Parchment Prison, but he only served
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah.
He went to
Oh,
prison
I thought
for
it was
them.
2 years.
No, he served
Wow.
8 months because the first parole hearing was in 8 months. And Mr. Bean was the one he forged the check on. But Mr. Bean felt sorry for Gladys because a woman couldn't make a living back then. And so he went and testified at the first parole hearing that Vernon had made him a good farmer and he was just a little on the lazy side. But he hadn't done really anything wrong.
He was creative.
And so he thought that he had paid his price to society and needed to come home and help his wife make a living. And they agreed with him and let Vernon out in the 8 months. Now Vernon come back to Tueplo, but not to farm. He wanted to drive trucks for different companies. And Mr. Bean helped him get jobs with different companies. And for the next 10 years, that's what Vernon did until they moved to Memphis in 1948 when Elvis was 13.
But the cool thing about this place is, can you imagine the crying? You could hear the first sounds of Elvis Presley in this house. This
could.
little
You
this
could.
little shotgun house. How cool can that be?
When he was crying, do you reckon he was on pitch?
Hey, Mike.
I guarantee you Elvis was
on pitch.
right on pitch.
Well, I tell you what Vernon said. Vernon said the night Elvis was born that there was a halo around the moon he had never seen before and never seen since.
Hey.
That told him Elvis was supposed to be special, and I believe it because Elvis was special. Now remember, when Elvis started singing, it wasn't instant fame. Oh no, this shaky leg kid wiggling that leg, he was going to take everybody to the bad place, and we know where that is. But he went
I try
on.
not to.
He went on singing his thing regardless, doing things his way, you know. And eventually it caught on with the adults. Now, us teenage girls always knew he was going to be special.
Nina,
right.
he can do it. Do it, Jim.
What?
Show him.
Shake that
Do it.
hip.
Do it.
Come on.
Let's check it right.
Bye, Miss Nina.
thank
Good to
you.
see you.
Well,
honey.
good to see you
It's always
too,
sweet
hon.
to
We're
see
going to get
you.
all these huggings here before we go.
Yeah, we're going to get all
Thank
them
you.
huggings. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Dad, look. Elvis received a guitar for his 11th birthday, 1946.
Wow, at the Tueplo hardware store. Wow, and just think they paid $7.75 for the guitar,
Yeah.
and Vernon wrote a hot check,
Check.
and it was a
That's what
$4
Nina
check.
just said.
Yeah.
That's what Nina just said.
And it was a $4 check, and he changed that 4 to an 8. And he got 2 years, but like she said, only 8 months. But
Yeah, for good
compare
behavior, yeah.
the $4 or the $8, how much that was, and then they paid $7.75 for the guitar.
That is truly amazing. And of course, what he did with the guitar in his life. Yeah.
Y'all want to go up here?
Yeah.
Go up here.
Wow.
That actually looks like the guitar.
We have seen this.
We did in Memphis.
Yes, in Memphis.
Did they
Wow.
model this after the actual guitar?
You know what? I believe they did, because that looks like a 1940s K, and it's Elvis at 13.
Yeah.
He was tall for 13.
He's bigger than I am at 71.
Hey, where's Jim?
I have no idea. There he is.
Jim, what are you?
Wow, there's the church he used to sing in. Now think about this. When Elvis was born here, the thing that they had on Friday and Saturday night was the Grand Ole Opry. On Friday night, it was the Friday Night Frolic. So they listened to Hank Snow and Roy Acuff and all the wonderful singers that were on the Opry that I loved, and they were my icons.
Wait, did you say the Friday Night Frolic?
The Friday Night Frolic, that's what it was
But
called.
you know what? He got a lot of inspiration from singing from a church and a
Well, that's
choir.
first place he
Yes.
ever sang. Now just imagine, I can hear this congregation here and Elvis standing, you know, like in one of the pews, and they're all singing, "On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame." Can you imagine them singing that? And I guarantee you, this is where Elvis learned literally how to
In
sing.
harmony?
Yes.
Yes. You can think of choirs in church at that time, yeah. And they were so faithful during that period, not that we're not today, but you take the 30s and the Great Depression thereafter and
Right.
coming up, yeah.
I almost really
church
can hear them sing.
Church
Well, yeah.
was a big part of that.
As a matter of fact, I think they're playing
Yeah.
songs in the church right now.
That's right.
I was going, oh, wow.
Well, I tell you what, let's all get a pot and take up a collection.
Wait, what?
Painting America.